everyone, it's Kim the Job Coach, and I'm here today to give you a quick interview tip that I hope is going to help you going forward. So, how many of you have been in an interview and you've heard someone say something along the lines of, tell me about a time when, tell me about a time that you demonstrated, ... and they filled in the blank. Well, those kinds of questions or scenarios can be very challenging if you don't know how to handle them. You can almost feel like a deer in headlights. And I want to kind of help you navigate that moment today if I can. So these types of questions are called behavioral interview questions. And there's a really good reason why they're asking you these questions. Even though they're frustrating you, they're trying to get to the bottom of, the way you performed in the past is most likely going to be the way that you perform in the future. I think Dr. Phil has a quote along those lines. So anyway, I want you to keep that in mind as you're responding to these questions. They're thinking of how you're going to respond in the future. Well, the best way to come up with answers for these questions is to do it in advance. What I want you to do is take the job description for the job that you're going to be interviewing for. I want you to go through it. I want you to highlight all the core competencies. And what I mean by that are all the verbs that they're looking for you to do. They want you to communicate effectively. They want you to delegate, manage, persuade. They want you to, there's so many different things that you could do in a particular job. Be a team player. And then I want you to think about the questions that they might ask you in that space. Those are where their questions are going to come from. So if they need you to be a phenomenal team player, then they're going to say, tell me about a time when you were working with a customer or a coworker, things weren't going well. How did you handle it? And so the idea is to respond in what's called the STAR format. This is not something that I made up. It's been out there for years and years, but it's a proven technique that will allow you to get through the answer much more effectively, concisely, and just really smoothly. So STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. So the goal is to describe the situation that you were in, the task that you had to perform, usually that's the challenge, whatever you were confronted with, the action that you took to overcome the challenge, and the most important part is that it's the result. You want to give the result of whatever it was that you're trying to explain to them. So the problem that a lot of job seekers make is they give me, when I do the mock interview, they give me the situation, the task, and the action, but they forget to dial up that amazing result. And that's what they're trying to get to the bottom of. So, anytime I do a mock interview with someone, I tell them, be very intentional about what you dial up and what you dial down. So you want to dial back the obstacle and really, really dial up how it worked out, the customer was happy, etc. So again, I want you to go to that job description. I want you to highlight those core competencies. If they want you to be a great sales representative, you need to be thinking of behavioral interview questions that they could ask you in that sales space. If you do this on the front end, I promise you, when you get to that interview, you're going to feel like you got the answers before the test. It's going to feel fantastic. You're not going to feel like the deer in headlights, and you're going to want to do this for every single job that you interview for. So what it all boils down to, we all have the ability to do well in an interview, but it's the ones who prepare that are going to really do well. The ones that prepare are going to come up with what I call offer-worthy answers. The good answer doesn't get the job offer anymore. It's the fantastic answer and the memorable answer for all the right reasons. They're the ones that are going to get the job offer. Well, I hope this tip was helpful for you today, and I hope you have a fantastic job search day. Bye, everyone.